All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, friend of the show. He only does things one way. We're going to Princess Anne, Maryland, to the Eastern Shore, where Harriet Tubman took our people through and got them out of what state. Jason Crafton, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? 7-7.
One way,
How you doing,
baby.
brother?
One way, one way. Boss man, what's good, man? How you doing? I'm well. Getting ready for MEAC conference play. Had a great practice today, and just getting ready to go, man.
I hear that, man. Let me ask you this, brother. I've been watching you from afar, as you know. I stay tuned to what you do. I've been seeing you on the road and got these big wins on the road, man. Marist, Lehigh, Temple, Philadelphia, got business with you and Columbia on the road. You won 4 money games. Man, how's that feel, and how's it feel for your program and your players, brother?
Well, I gotta say, well, Marist and Lehigh, we actually played here. Those were home and home games, so those weren't money games.
Gotcha.
But they're opponents that Maryland Eastern Shore has not historically beaten, in a non-conference, a team from the MAC and in the Patriot League. And, to go on the road and beat Temple, at Temple, that was a big time win for us. Definitely a signature win for us. Such a historic program, the banners, the history, the Big Five, the league that they play in, and everything. So our guys really rose to the occasion there and was really excited. As much as I've got a lot of Philly connections from coaching with the Sixers and at Villanova, I'm a New York guy at heart. So it was exciting to go back to New York and play Columbia. Half my squad is from New York, and to get that win in overtime, that was a money game as well. So we did pick up those 2 money wins. That's not easy to do. So we're going into conference with some good momentum. We're also trying to get healthy as well, as that's important. But our guys are playing a good brand of defensive basketball. We're top 10 in the country in steals again. So we're just trying to build this program.
No doubt, man. Like, you and I have been talking for years, brother. I know where it used to be at to where it is now. And not having to play 14 road games in the non-con I know it's bringing school because those are football league, Eastern Shore. So you and women's basketball are the money makers. Yeah. But not having to do that, and also keeping guys' morale high, because let's be real, you try to look at the record, but look at that record, no matter what you say. Being 1-13 or 2 and whatever, going to MEAC play, you have to build them back up. So, in fact, you have to do it this year, man. Actually have 5 home games, so you can actually, do some things with it, man. I know that makes you feel good, brother.
Yeah, I think it worked out in terms of, Lehigh, we played them at their place last year. Marist was the start of a home and home. We started here. We played 2 non-1 games. So that gave us a chance to, in the first semester have 4, true home games. And we took advantage of that. And we even though they were in some funky spots where, maybe during finals or, when people weren't exactly able to be here for a home court atmosphere, it's still home court. And we've done a great job of, taking care of home court. We haven't lost at home. We still had to go out and play the Dukes and the Virginias and the Temples and the, and the Liberties and the UNC Charlottes and the Old Dominion. So we still had 7 or 8 money games to play on the road, but it was good to get a few home games in there and while still being able to take care of finances and get the money for the school.
No doubt, bro. And you know what is good about that too, man? It's like, for me, just seeing your guys play hard, man. I watch you play. It's like they're really playing hard for you. Like they bought into what you're selling. Actually, you haven't had a big business program since day one, and seeing part of your vision come to fruition for you, knowing you mapped this out. How does it feel for you personally, man? Knowing that this is the work that you put in every day, man, out there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I remember when I first got the job and we had that first summertime and we were talking, and you kind of been around this thing, and when we had the season get shut down and, what that all looked like. And, our guys have just been relentless, and resilient. And we've got some of the best kids in the country from a people standpoint. So I'm really excited about that. We've upgraded our talent and we've gotten better with player development. There's no doubt about that, but we've got great people. And when you're changing the culture, you've got to change the people. And we brought some really good people into this program, and we've been able to retain some of those people to now have seniors. Some people see our roster as an older roster, but that older roster is built of 3 guys that were here in my first year and another 3 or 4 guys that were here from my second year till now and guys that have been around and been through a canceled season and played crazy schedules when we first got here that I didn't have control over. When we were flying to Oklahoma, then flying to Baylor, then flying to Stanford, and changing time zones, 3 times in a week.
Crazy.
Just doing wild stuff like that. And we've got some new leadership now as well, and our new athletic director, Miss AD Tara Owens, and the president, Dr. Heidi Anderson, and we're just trying to find a way to build this thing up the right way. And I think that we've got guys that have carried over and have bought into what we're trying to do, and that's what you see. So we're out there having fun, playing defense, scrapping it up, and trying to do things in that one-way mindset. Being tenacious and being together as a family.
No doubt. That's what I want to also bring up to you, brother. Watching you on TV, while watching on my computer here, I see you guys, like you said, are together. There's camaraderie there. There's realness. There's connection there. And they're collected, which is, unfortunately, I don't see that with my hometown team. I won't delve into that, but that don't happen with my hometown team here. But for your young men to be what they've been through, are together, and connected to junior staff, man, you see it on the sidelines in the games. They're for each other, they're pulling for each other no matter what. So I want to just tell you that, man. It shows how much your guys are bought into each other as a family and being in that one-way mindset.
I appreciate it. I mean, as coaches, we try to give, the guidance in terms of what we want things to look like. But again, I credit the people, and the people, the types of, the parents that allow their sons to come here and play for me. The AAU coaches, the high school coaches, everybody that kind of came on board to help with this vision. It's not just my vision; it's just us all together coming collectively and making it happen. So the people make it work. We've got great people in this thing. In our program, and we want to be able to, reward them with giving them the best opportunity we possibly can. Our guys scrap it up because they've been through so much. They're good people and they've been through so much. So when you go through a canceled season, you go through some of the things that we've been through, to still be here right now fighting, putting ourselves in position to try to, take a legit shot at this league right now. That's, like I said, it's a testament to the people.
And I want to commend you as well. Like, you all played GGW close. Like, DC. Yeah. Chris Caputo, I know him pretty well. You all played him close. He said personally that, man, your guys' team is tough, man. I said, I know they tough. I told you. He said, who are you cheering for? No comment.
Well, I know what he's going through there trying to build that program. And he's got, a nice group of guys in his starting lineup. And he's got a really good guard as well. And he's got some good size. And, we were fortunate to be able to go in there and find a way in the last few minutes to kind of make a big-time comeback and, put a little scare in them, but they were able to pull it off. But, our guys are going to compete against anybody we play against. No matter who it is, they're going to go after them. And that's just the mentality. That's the one-way approach that we have.
And you got Nathaniel Pollard, man. Defensive player that we get to meet at. Tell us about that young man averaging 9 points and 8 rebounds a game for you.
He's a blue-collar guy. He's doing what we ask of him. He's undersized, at 6'5", and, playing that front court position and playing that 5 spot for us. So he's got great footwork. We've been able to pull him out and use him on the perimeter and have him in some 5-out situations where he's been able to make some great plays, passing-wise, off the dribble, and finding guys on kickouts from the post as well. So, he's a two-way player in terms of being able to give us offensive firepower. And, he's big time in getting offensive rebounds and getting fouled and getting to the free throw line. And then defensively, he's a big anchor for our defense, and what we do ball screen wise. He's able to change his coverages, and he's able to play in that back line of the zone and communicate. So when we do go zone, so he's just a guy that does a little bit of everything for us. And we're so proud of him to be able to get that honor, Defensive Player of the Week. He was an all defensive player last year, and he should be on track to be that again this year.
No doubt. And I'm seeing you pretty much playing 8 or 9 guys. So talk about having depth to go to, because I know some teams are already playing pretty much 6.5, 7 guys already. There's some burning guys out. But you can go 8, 9, 10 deep if you have to. So about having depth, have been able to have options when things might not go your way. Okay, you go push this button here. So talk about that, brother.
Yeah, it's a twofold thing. It's a testament to the people, the guys we have that, been able to improve our talent, and also with guys getting better. So we've improved our talent from a recruiting standpoint, and we've also gotten guys better with player development. And they're so scrappy, man. We had a scrimmage today, and these guys are going after it like it was the first day of practice. White was going at black, and it was, it's a competitive group, and they challenge each other every single day. And when you have that, it keeps everybody on their toes. So bench guys know that they're able to still compete for starter minutes, and starters guys know that bench guys are right there. So it makes it fun in practice every single day, and even more so now, I love the way they compete and go after each other, but then support each other. In the games, and they're just as happy to see their brothers do well as if it was them, and that's special and that's unique, and that's something that, again, a credit to the people we've got in the program, because you can talk about those things, but the people have to still buy into it. They've done that, and that's what makes this group special right now.
I want to spotlight one more guy for you, Craft. Deshaun Phillips. Tell me about that young man and what he's doing for you guys on the court for, man.
He's the Swiss Army knife. He's a utility guy. Him and Kevon Boyles, along with Glenn Anderson, have been here since day one as we started building this program. And, Sean's a guy that just, can guard any position if we need him to. He can play any position if we need him to. Knows everything that we're going to do in our program. He knows the scouting report like the back of his hand. He knows every set we run. Sometimes he's in the huddle saying something that I'm going to say before I even say it, so he's that kind of guy for us. If we need him to score 15 points, he can do that. If we need him to get 4 points and 6 assists, he can do that as well. He's improved his jump shot. He's led our team in steals at different time points of his career. So he's the ultimate utility guy. He just does whatever is required for our team to win games. And he made some big threes in the Columbia game that helped us win the game in overtime. And can't say enough about his growth. Basketball-wise, his growth as a man, his growth in the classroom. He's really improved his GPA, getting 3.0 GPAs now. And he's just been an amazing guy to have in our program. And, happy to see him be at this place.
No doubt. I'll ask you about the MEAC as a whole, man. I thought overall you all had a good non-con as a group, getting good wins outside the MEAC conference. About what's the improvement of you all overall, what you've seen so far this first semester here.
I think it's going to be a scrappy league, man. You look at the standings and everybody's on top of each other. There's no outside of Norfolk with 9 wins. There's like 3 or 4 teams that got 7 wins that are right there. And then Coppin's got 5 wins. So it's, South Carolina State maybe has 3 wins, but I think they also have had some good, their 3 wins are like good non-conference wins. And Del State's got 1 win, but they've been very competitive on many a night. So it's going to be a flat out street fight, fist fight every single night. The coaching has dynamically improved along with the talent, with the transfer portal and things of those natures. So it's a really good league. It's better than most people give it credit for across the board with the talent and the coaching. And we're excited about it. There's also good. We've got great venues and great fan support. So and a great conference tournament, and a great venue that's used. And we go to Norfolk and play in the Scope. So I think it's going to be a very competitive year, and you could, quite frankly, it's anybody's to take. And we're hoping to be right there. We're striving to be right there to be in the conversation to do that.
And you got a tough one off the gate. Norfolk State. You had Norfolk State to see Rob Jones and Spartans up there. So talk about what's different guys on film and what we look out for when we watch this game on Saturday.
You know what? I think it's going to be, right now when you look at the standings, I think we're like 1 and 2 or whatever the case may be. And, and then a bunch of other teams are right there with us. And so this is probably a very anticipated game, for both parties. It gives us a chance to go against the best and get an early glance of where we are, and we got a lot of respect for Norfolk and Rob Jones, good friend of mine, and we're both from New York and what they've done. I know they're pursuing a 3rd championship, and we like to be the team that tries to win our first MEAC championship. So it's definitely going to be a clash of 2 intense coaches, 2 programs that play. If you look historically, since I've been here, it's been Norfolk or Maryland Eastern Shore 1 and 2, like in the defensive ratings in the MEAC. So it's definitely going to be a fist fight defensively. I expect a low-scoring game with both teams and coaches going after it. It should be fun. It's going to give both teams a really good idea of where they are.
Remind us of them old Knicks Heat series, them long, drawn-out, slow-paced series, man. So, yes. So let me ask you about your Knicks, man. How you feel about your Knicks, man?
You know what? I've not been paid much attention to NBA basketball outside of when I took my team to see the Sixers play against the Raptors when we played Temple, a few weeks ago. So not as up to speed as I normally am when we have these conversations about what's going on in NBA basketball.
I feel that, man. I feel that. Hey, you out here winning games. I get it, brother. I get that, man. But have your guys since going to the Wells Fargo Center. How was that? I was going to ask you about that too. How was it for your guys going to see the Sixers play the Raptors that night?
I think it was really cool. Guys got a chance to go down and see warm-ups and see the guys, work out before and see how that whole pregame operation goes 90 minutes before the game. And I thought it was a great experience. For some guys, that was their first ever NBA game to go to. So they've seen it on TV, but to see it up close, to see it live, to see, everything that goes into it, before game time, I think it was a great experience for them. And also kind of ignites a little bit more fire and a little bit more hunger when you're in the NBA arena, sold out, big time game and, all the energy and, the fan support and all of it. It's an NBA game. It's a great experience. So I think our guys really enjoyed it. And it was something that they'll cherish, for the rest of their lives.
Now, I saw you on Twitter trying to take my job again, man. You out here doing podcasting again. I said, get crap out here trying to do what the boss, man. He wants to take my job in the future, man. How was that to do it again, brother? How was that, man? Talk about that,
I went to school. I went to school for broadcasting. So I got a communications degree. And so every once in a while, I try to get it. I try to use it when I can. And, and have some fun. And, so yeah, I did. I jumped on and did a live high school game, with IMG Academy and the other day. And I'm always, I'll do some G League games in the spring and I'll hopefully do some more NBA stuff and come playoff time. And I'm always excited about trying to do anything I can to, use that college degree, man. So I didn't just play basketball in college. I got a degree and I got some good training at Nyack College on broadcasting and how to just do all those things. And I have a lot of fun when I get a chance to do it.
Me and you about the same age. And you know how it's changed. When we was in school, man, we didn't have no idea about a YouTube or, using the computer. It was all pretty much studio, doing the box, running the board. Like, it's like all that knowledge I have in my head is like, I really don't use it anymore. I use my laptop and my own everything else.
Yeah. Everything was radio. So, it was you were trying to get radio airtime. There was no podcasts and, like you said, YouTube or any of that type of stuff. So it was all about trying to get on the radio at that time. So trying to get a segment, trying to get a show. I had a little show at nighttime called The Truth at Night. And I used to have the old school at midnight. So I would talk radio. I would talk sports from 10 to like 11 to 10 to 12. And then at midnight, we'd have like an hour segment where we would play old school jams and people would call in and take requests. But the dynamics are different. The public speaking classes were beneficial. But all the multimedia stuff does not transfer over because technology has totally changed. So
no doubt, like turn on automation.
Yeah.
Like make sure you turn on automation. Make sure you. I was big sign studio. Make sure once the show ends, turn on your automation.
Yep. Yeah. It's a new dynamic. No doubt about that.
Bro, my gigs were 2 a.m. to 5. 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then I finally got in the evenings and I finally said got on the weekends. So that was my track from graveyard, semi-graveyard, evening to weekend. So, but yeah, bro, it's what we learned in school, man. Was like none of that stuff applies in 2023.
Nah. Soundboards are different. The technology is different. Everything has grown, but it's so I try to stay as close to it as I can. But the on-air stuff is definitely exciting for me. The production part, I don't know how to use all the equipment as much as I used to, but I definitely love the on-air stuff and writing and those types of dynamics and doing the research and everything like that to be prepared for it. It's fun. So like I said, use your college degree, man. After you're done playing, whatever you get into, you can still find ways to use your degree. And I've done that by, doing some TV and broadcasting.
I didn't mean you both doing that because I said, football for me, basketball for you. So folks, you got two brothers here who literally said degrees. It works, people. Trust me, it works.
No question.
Well, folks, this is my man, Jason Crafton here on the Bossman Show, doing it one way on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Brother, thank you so much for your time. Always my brother. It's always fun to chat with you, my guy. I'll be cheering for you, man.
Appreciate you, boss, man. One way, man. Thanks so much.